Hello, hello. Hopefully your math test went well. It impacts today's schedule in this way. You can pause it and take a look. Every class is 30 minutes. What isn't reflected here is I wanted to talk about your quiz. So the quiz that you took on Tuesday, the grade is in School Tool. For the most part, I graded them in front of people and people did well, but some people didn't do as well. And next Tuesday during WIN, I will be offering, retakes and revisions. So next Tuesday when I'm in class, I'll talk to you about that. But right now you can at least go look at your quiz score and think about, are you going to be someone who is looking to do a retake or a revision come next Tuesday? But I'll talk to you about it then when I'm there in person. In terms of what you're working on today, you'll do a classwork activity with the Pyramid of Hate. It does say homework here. You could consider it homework, but for your next 3 remote days, you will be working on reading the book and finishing the book. We'll have it done in the next week and a half. So there is homework 4 that you will read next Monday, homework 5 that you'll read next Thursday, and homework 6 you'll finish on the Monday after that. And we'll get through the book. We'll do an essay at the end of it, so we'll move right through this on remote days. In terms of this Pyramid of Hate assignment, you need to go to the Power section of OneNote. That says Pyramid of Hate classwork. What we will do is we will apply this Pyramid of Hate to the Holocaust, at least in this activity, and then next week we'll talk about how it impacts really our current lives. Acts of bias and bias attitudes would be the lowest part of the pyramid, and they build on each other. Just because these things are here, just because someone has a biased attitude doesn't mean they'll act on it, but you have likely seen these things, whether it's in person, in school, in your community, in your neighborhood, or maybe you think you haven't. But then start to think about, what about online? What about on YouTube? What about on the apps you use? What about on video games or things that are streaming? Do you hear or see these things? You likely do. With discrimination, you can likely think of historic situations that this has happened in the United States or around the world. A more recent example would be 10 years ago, gay marriage was illegal in New York State. It wasn't until June of 2011 that it was legalized. Federally, it wasn't legal until June 2016. So discrimination has a long history, is still being resolved. Bias-motivated violence. We see this in the United States in terms of the mass shootings. There hadn't been so many for a while, but in recent years we have seen mass shootings based on bias towards Jewish, Black, or Asian people, or even isolating women. Many people who commit this violence are just angry in general at the world, but we have seen instances that it was bias-motivated violence. Obviously, this is not sponsored by any level of government, but you can see people that build all these levels of hatred in their lives. In terms of genocides, there are ongoing acts of bias-motivated violence that some may call genocide right now in Myanmar and China towards the religious minority there, towards Muslim people. So we do still see these things happening on a state scale, on a country scale. In terms of how you apply this today, you would scroll down. There are 5 stages, but you'll see that there are 8 different pieces of information, primary sources from the Holocaust. What you'll do is you will click on the link, and then you will apply these different stages of the Pyramid of Hatred. In terms of other examples, once you have labeled what stages it is, do you have other examples from your life, things you've witnessed, things you know, that also fit for those stages? That is the assignment for today. Do as much as you can. I don't think you will have time to complete all of it based on the length of some of the video clips, but complete as much as you can. I will get a look at what people completed over the weekend and plan accordingly for Tuesday. The one other thing would be, make sure you read about the people before you watch the clips, because it gives you additional context for their stories. Have a great day, take care, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday.